come in first thing in the morning, you're wet, you get special dry off treatment, and you may decide to attack the towel your mom is using to dry you off. He rubbed up against my legs, and let's just say he was a little wet. So no school drive today because it's Good Friday. I didn't know that until 1 in the morning, but we did get the alarms off. And we did get everything turned off. Oh, you guys don't stand in the rain, silly boys. I suppose I probably should put it in the cat hotel. I'll come move it in just a minute. That one cat bowl that was out overnight's full. So how much rain did we get, and are they the same? We need to be scientific here. That's looking like 4 inches.
Solid 4.1 inches.
And that since, when did we hear the thunder and lightning and the booming and the crashing and
4 o'clock-ish.
4 o'clock?
Yeah.
Wow, 4 inches is a lot. And how much is in that one?
Wow, they're very close.
Yep, okay, so pretty even.
This is 4.2. And
okay.
This one could be 4.2.
All right, well, hold them up side by side. I'm going to grab a picture. Yeah, go ahead and pour them out. And if we get more, which it's actually still raining out here and cooling right now.
Wet.
It was 59, now it's 55. It is getting cooler. We'll just remeasure them later in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not that scientific.
Dawn, we were up at 5. We got woke up by the thunder. So we back up a bit. So I went to say goodnight to Johnny. And it was 12:30, and I was curious why he was still up. And he says, Mom, we don't have school tomorrow. And I'm like, wait a minute, you let me and Mr. Don know you didn't have to go to school tomorrow. Because it's really is the high school and the college. They both got to be off, kind of. So anyway, I went and canceled the one alarm, and then when I got into bed, I sort of woke Dawn enough to cancel the other alarm. And
yeah, but backed up. Yeah,
so we did sleep in, except for we got woke up at 5 to serious thunder and lightning. And Dawn ran out to unplug Ruby, and I forgot to plug her in yesterday.
Right.
And he went to save Ruby, but she didn't need saving. I'm getting wet, guys. Let's move you to the cat hotel. I'm going out in the rain one more time. First off, to see Mr. Man and show you that he's doing good. I'm sure he never left his spot here, but we had a power failure, so none of the heating pads are on, and it's going to be cold the next 2 nights. Like, seriously need. Hi, come here. Come here. Johnny and I were able to give him his pill last night, no problem. Here, let me move the dry chow closer. We don't want that getting wet this morning. There you go. You got a few more pieces of chicken if you want it. You're a good boy. Yeah, you want it back out, silly thing. Morris is not going to like me coming near the other place while he's eating, but I need to... Oh, it's going to scare him too much. I'll turn it on later when he's not in there. Do not want to cause the Morris unnecessary issues. As expected, the creek is really rushing this morning. Now, a typical hurricane or tropical storm would probably bring us 9 to 11 inches in 24 hours. And we handle that here really well here in North Carolina, here in our yard, both. So this was, you know, not quite half of that. Boy, Dawn's tree looking good. I notice over here that my azalea is starting to open up right on time for Easter. There's one to the right of it also has blooms. I don't see any wind damage. Oh wow, the water was really running over here in my little path. I wasn't expecting that. And I wanted to show you where it comes off the street and the other side of the neighborhood. It runs off into our yard and then down into the creek and then over to the environmental park. It's been doing that for forever. It's actually slowing up a bit now because, you know, the rain's been stopped here. The majority of the heavy rain's been stopped for a little while. Anyway, Panther's doing good. He's happy to see me. Happy to have his chicken, aren't you, buddy? You enjoy it. Well, I'd say the UPS on the fish tank didn't work. The motor, the fan thing over here, when we had the power outage and it turned back on, it didn't do right. Did you get a fright from the storm this morning? I do. I've got breakfast. It's okay to come out now. That's why they call it a gully washer. Yep, it definitely washed the leaves out of that ditch. And then over here It's pretty, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't really realize there were so many leaves there.
Yep. It's the first really good rain we've had since we didn't get 4 inches in a matter of an hour or two this winter.
Yeah, it's washed all the pollen down for now. I'm sure it'll be back a little bit, but.
Yeah, I think this would have washed away the pollen, that's right.
Yeah, this was enough to not make paste, but actually get rid of it. I'm upset my Apple Watch is dead. You know why it's dead?
No, I have
the extension cable, to make it long, the actual cable long enough, it has a short in it. And if I don't move it around, straighten it out, flex it just right, the watch doesn't charge. But I thought I had it all sorted last night, but I'm not getting any credit, and I'm out here and it's colder and it's wet, and I want to be working on my Legos. And I'm out here and now I'm not getting any credit. Well, I guess our pretty flowers petals had to come down sometime.
It looks like snow.
It does look like snow. Serious snow too, not just a little. That's great. Poor petals. And I believe that tree is a viburnum. Pretty sure. Wow. It definitely come. Well, 4 inches in like 2 hours out of 3 hours. That was a lot. I mean, that was a lot of it. Of that, you can see where it crossed over in there, and there's a lot of silt.
All the leaves away.
Yeah, a lot of silt and stuff. Dang. I'll show you a little farther down the moving water and how high up it is. That bridge we go over there is the 3rd bridge at that location?
Yeah.
Since you've been in the house, right?
Right. The original bridge, and they redid the bridge, but re-beefed it up. They did a lot of work on it, and then they just replaced it.
Right. The final bridge now is never flooded. No matter how much rain we've had, it's never come over the road.
The bridge was closed once or twice in the 30-something years I've lived here, the old bridge, because of water went over it and they had to inspect it.
Yep. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Donnie, come back here. That is all the way up to the bank. I mean, really. The water's moving fast and high and impressive, but look to the right of the tree that's sort of straight ahead. And all that silt over there shows how bad the flood was. Yeah, Don says the water was all the way up to the grass line near him. It would not have been safe to be over here walking at 6 a.m. this morning. Well, the Fuquay police said that they had to close several roads around town. Yeah, you can see where the water infiltrated there. Wow, it looks significantly different in the woods. It's washed all of the top stuff, the leaves and stuff around. Definite flood conditions. Yeah, we're seeing a few pieces of trash. There was a toolbox back there, a little kid toolbox. It's mostly stuff probably that washed down the hill behind us in the other direction and then came across. Or uncovered because, yeah, we're going to pick it up on the way out. There's no trash can all the way to South Park.
Well, plus we're likely to pick up more.
Right, and there's a lot more. We'll maybe find a bag. We'll get it on the way back. Trust me, no one else will be out here and or cleaning it up before we come back to it. I mean, I knew we had a lot of rain. I'm just surprised at how much it moved the pine straw and the leaves around. Lifted it right off the ground and moved it into clumps. All right, one more view of the running water. This vantage point here has the best view on the entire walk. We came up the hill to look at the retention pond off the walkway, and it's at the spillover level.
Yeah.
I would say holding up well to doing what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, well, you see those rocks, that's where it would go if this grate had gotten plugged up.
Sure.
And the water came in too fast or too high.
Right.
Those rocks is where it would wash over when we get down along the trail. I'll look up there to see. It doesn't look like it went over it because all the weeds seem to be keeping up right.
Imagine what the Greenway Dam or the Yates Mill Dam must look like right now. Yeah, nothing has moved over here. Nothing looks washed away, so we don't think it spilled over. If you look at the puddle, you can still see the water going down the hill. My toes are wet. I've never known them to leave the helmets in the dugout. Maybe they had to clear the field pretty quick. I don't know. Somebody should come and put them up before they get stolen. Put them somewhere where the foam can start to dry out. They're not working today over at the church lot. A little too wet, I think. Oh, it's pretty nice out here. The pollen is all gone. The air feels nice and clean and a little crisp with the cooler temperature. And I've actually got on 2 jackets and I'm pretty comfortable. Almost face stinging though, I guess. My cheeks are a little cold. Wow, the scoreboards are still on both fields too. Like I said, I think they cleared out of here a little fast last night. My question is why at 2 in the afternoon has somebody not been around to fix that? Don goes, but the community center's closed. That's weird. And I said, remember, no school today. It's Good Friday. That's why the town guys haven't been around to address these things. They are off today. Don said, let's go look at the water. I can see how high up it is. There's basically a tree that probably isn't usually underwater.
Yeah. Well, you can see it came over there. That
yep.
Bridge.
Yep.
You can pretty much tell how far it went by how much. Even on the pipe here, the part that's still clean.
This was the driveway to the old house. But the part I was talking about is down over in there. You can see there's a tree in the water that's probably not normally in the water.
That's interesting. That's that creek from that other neighborhood.
Yeah, that's the runoff.
And this is the creek that we've been looking at behind us. So they come together here.
Huh?
See across over there where the water was.
Yeah, definitely can tell it was much higher earlier. So on my list to work on this week, and I realize it's gotten to be Friday, was the second middle floor. You know, I moved my hip. That's the 3rd time you've been up. You can't, you're twice the size of nighttime and your feet are not as clean. I think he's gonna have to go back outside if he can't settle. I need to build another one of these. And unfortunately, I would prefer this to have been the 3rd floor, but it's going to have to stay the 2nd floor. So the one I'll be building will be going here. And it's going to have the same profile as the top of this one versus this lower profile with the rail and the border. So hopefully that'll work out right. Worst thing is I'll do it and I won't like it and I'll pull it back apart and decide not to have. It's just, the building is a little short. So I got tons of other Lego stuff I want to do, including build a red Model X, and there's things like projects in my head that are just lined up to do. I have another building planned and that I have the parts for, and but this is, you know, I like to finish what I start. Like they teach them at Taekwondo, let's finish what I start. So that's what we'll work on. And once I get past some of the initial decision-making stuff, then it'll go back into place bricks mode. But I guess this week it's like I've got to be awake. I've got to have a slot of time that's big enough. I'm gonna have to think about how I want some things to be and make some changes to the floor base I already built. And it was a little more complicated than not. So I'm hoping I can get over that hurdle. It sort of feels like a small hurdle, and then I can go back to enjoying the build. Taking Johnny to Taekwondo, it's one of those rare times that the car wouldn't open the door. It happens, I don't know, once a month. Always after I'm in the car though, of course, and sitting and with my seatbelt on and probably running late. Hopefully it'll close. It sent the signal. I thought I saw it start to move. Okay, well there it goes. If it moved the front first time or not, I don't know. Yeah, I have no clue when that happens, whose fault it is or why or whatever. At least for the closing it, since Johnny's on his way out, he could have hit the actual button. It's not it doesn't happen often. It's not the end of the world. The Lego building is building. The time lapse was not running again. That frustrates me. I don't know. I guess I press it and I just don't look long enough to make sure things are right. It's all my fault. It's coming along okay, but it's definitely challenging. You know, when I originally was going to do another floor, I thought, oh, I'll just follow these same instructions all over again and I'll have it. And then I understood, well, that's not quite going to work. So, anyway, I'm working on it. It's coming. I guess on the way back home, I will go through the neighborhood. That is a lot of rain, a lot of water in my turn lane. Well, I've got power over here. That's good, because apparently that storm came through this morning and there were over 5,000 people in Fuquay without power. Where we walk on the Greenway Trail, that whole neighborhood was without power for hours. So I mean, I'm just guessing it was a tree. Tree down or a pole down due to an accident or something. It looked like part of the outage had extended up onto Main Street, but I did not have an email from Taekwondo canceling it, so I figured the school had power, which they do. So, that's good. Johnny's headed to his father's this weekend. His father will pick him up from the Taekwondo school, so I'm headed home and not back out tonight. It's 46 now. It's been dropping all day. Not, you know, like a rock or anything, but it's definitely been dropping as this cold front came through. And apparently into the evening, we're subject to getting more rain. And I think it's going to be not great tomorrow either, so. Well, for starters, it looks a lot better to me taller. I like it a lot better now. It looks like it's formidable up against the rest of my houses. And I mean, if you're going to build and take up the space to set a house, you might as well build up, because you've already taken up that space with the house. So that's all good. There's two things I'm not happy about. Number one is this right here. It's just, I don't know, but I found out, I'm just now seeing up here it had this brown piece stick out to kind of break it up a little bit or something, so I might consider sticking that breakout piece there. Whoa, sorry Stripe. I think I have that. I might be able to make that work. Not 100% sure. I mean, I don't hate it, but I'm not super happy about it. Then there was another beige in there, and I don't think you can see, probably not real super good. Let's get in focus, but there's some little brownness in there. But maybe I can replace it with this brownness instead. And then the other thing is, there's more beige below the brown here than there is here. And that's because this is built up to that, whereas down here it's not. Yeah, that's a little bit of a problem. And this piece here is actually part of the floor, and it's a big piece. It's not a little piece, I don't think. I'll have to go look. What I'm trying to say is I don't think I can, like if I made that brown, would that help? Probably, with reducing the amount of beige. That might be what I do. I'm missing pieces. I don't have enough of the lantern bricks and tan. I need, let's see, 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50. I need 55 of them to finish that out. So, yeah. It look. Oh, no, you don't want to get in that much trouble with your mama. You really don't. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to have to experiment. I think if I could get rid of that right there and make it brown, I'd probably be happier. And then inside is probably what I'm going to work on tomorrow, because I'm not going to have the bricks to finish the outside. This side is a couch, a table, a TV stand, TV, and a bookshelf and a person over here, and probably a person on the couch. And then on this side is another couch, an end table, a person, and like a pool table or a pinball machine or something, this is the game going to be games again. So, I mean, there's only so much you can do. There's not really a kitchen in this house, but between the first floor bakery and the second floor eating spot, I think, you know, the kitchen is covered good enough. Because I thought about putting a kitchen over here, but decided against it. Anyway, I'm stopping for the night. It's a few minutes after 8. Dawn's been working on scanning stuff, and I've been working on the house, and I'm tired, and I got about what I wanted to do for tonight done. There's probably, I'm just going to venture 2, possibly 3 more marathon sessions before this would be done, and that's after I get the parts to do in between the windows, although I could put a placeholder there until the parts come and finish everything else if I want. I don't have any more in brown, but I did get orange to work, and I'm probably gonna order the brown and leave that like that. I'm just not sure about these 2 dots up here. Maybe a dangling vine, some sort of flower. I don't know. I'll think about it some more. So work in progress. I've now got the brown lined up over here properly. I'm happier with that. I'm going to be happier with this when I get the brown piece. I still need to figure out if there's anything I can do over here. This bottom piece is actually the floor and not possible to change out. So, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do there. I might be stuck with that being the way that it is, and I don't think it's horrible. I don't think it's horrible. I could, yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. Yes, I know. What do you need? You need to learn not to jump up on Mom's counter when she's working on her Legos, because you're like 2 or 3 times the size of nighttime, and you don't sit good off to the side. So we have to work on it, okay? You're a pretty boy, though. Wow. All right, the brown strip goes all the way around now. Everything above the brown is this floor, and below the brown, or the brown and below, is that floor. And that helps you know, with the breakup in color, where to pull when you're pulling it apart. And I swear I'm stopping now.